Thank you for the opportunity to be part of today's hearing. I'm Aubrey Wilson, Director of Global Initiatives at Popbox Foundation, and as previously stated, a former House staffer who had the immense pleasure of working for the Committee on House Administration during the 117th and 118th Congresses. At Popbox, our mission is to help democratic institutions keep pace in a rapidly changing world. The majority of our team are prior congressional staffers, but our love for legislative institutions has expanded, leading us to work directly with parliaments around the world to transform their internal operations, helping them leapfrog from paper to cutting edge. Over the last 2 years, much of our work has focused on legislature's adoption of AI, specifically as it relates to improving internal operations. I've been asked to share international examples of how emerging technology is improving constituent engagement in ways that could benefit Congress. Chatbots represent one of the lowest hanging fruit. They are familiar to users, quickly deployable, and capable of providing 24/7 assistance regardless of users' age, language, or education level. Estonia has developed 2 AI legislative assistants for MPs and staff that search through parliamentary legislative databases to find information about current laws, legislative proposals, and amendments. While not currently public-facing, these chatbots are a model for how constituents might one day be able to interact with data on congress.gov to understand which bills have been introduced and how those laws may affect them. Estonia has also launched a public-facing chat interface through which citizens are able to access services across 18 agencies. Through this one point of service, they can file consumer complaints, apply for permits, renew ID cards, report car accidents, and even borrow library books. This vision of constituent engagement transcends the legislative branch by imagining government as an integrated service provider that could support individuals in navigating our complex ecosystem of federal agencies in any language at any time. Beyond streamlining access to information is enabling two-way interaction. Brazil's Ulysses suite empowers constituents to leave detailed remarks about legislation via online poll. AI then groups and analyzes this broad public input and presents it back to policymakers, giving constituents meaningful participation while equipping legislators with actionable insights. AI can also foster quality constituent interactions at scale. In 2024, Remesh, which is a US-based company, facilitated an AI-assisted community dialogue between the major social groups in Gaza. The insights from this were aggregated into informative data for international negotiators in the ongoing peace process. These examples, along with the additional ones included in my written testimony, show what is possible. They also demonstrate that legislatures do not have to accept the all too common public perception that they are slow to innovate. With 441 lawmakers with diverse backgrounds and expertise, the House is already witnessing the deployment of technology in new ways by members and staff to engage with their constituents. The Congressional Hackathon, House Digital Service, Modernization Initiatives Account, and Congressional Data Task Force exemplify the resources available that institutionalize innovation. The House has all the inspirational components it needs, but it must go beyond one-off initiatives by adopting a new way of doing things that allows ongoing experimentation, learning, and refinement. As the subcommittee evaluates next steps for institutional modernization, we encourage you to partner with the CAO to reform House IT procurement and introduce transparency. While few tools are built specifically for legislative use, a vibrant marketplace of tools that can be used in Congress exists. And as other institutions share open source models, the selection of customizable legislative tools will also expand. Members who identify promising tools need a clear pathway for institutional approval. This subcommittee, in partnership with the CAO, has a wide spectrum of potential approaches to support responsible innovation. For instance, the subcommittee can support the CAO in exploring new contracting vehicles. It can work with CAO to establish rapid pilot authorities and provide guardrails on low-risk, no or low-code experiments. It can champion innovative projects like House Digital Services' amazing data lake and innovation sandboxes, where members can test new tools before institution-wide deployment. Together, additionally, the subcommittee and CAO must prioritize the establishment of robust but expedient cybersecurity review processes. A 1-year authorization timelines for new tools is incompatible with 2-year election cycles. Finally, building off of Catherine Spindor's legacy, the next CAO needs to be ready to work hand in hand with this subcommittee to usher in the next era of House innovation by identifying actionable solutions that empower members to pilot, experiment, and reimagine how new tools can serve constituents. Around the world, legislatures are experimenting with emerging technologies, deploying new tools, and learning from each other about new approaches to the future of constituent engagement. The House can benefit from this innovation, but only when it has adopted the internal processes to institutionalize new ways of doing things. Thank you for being leaders in this conversation, and I look forward to your questions.